So Blizzard released the second of 3 pre-Battle for Azeroth comics. This one is supposed to represent the neutral side in the war that is upcoming, and it is about Magni, the Speaker of Azeroth. Even though he might be a dwarf, he is technically neutral. He's trying to help Azeroth while the two factions are fighting each other. This comic doesn't have as much to discuss as Jaina's did, but it does have some very interesting and important things in it. To start, Magni has no idea what to do. Azeroth has been stabbed, the world soul has been wounded, and her blood is leaking to the surface. Magni, while contemplating on what to do, touches a piece of azurite right outside of Silithus, and is shown visions of his past. Throughout these visions, we are seeing constant similarities between Moira, his daughter, and Azeroth herself. We see Magni come to be a father, and his wife finally revealed as a dwarf named Emir, I could be saying it wrong, I'm going to say Emir, and Moira's upbringing. At first, Magni is very protective and is constantly thinking of the what-ifs for his daughter, but eventually comes to realize with the help of his wife that he's constantly looking in that direction. We see here the similarity between Moira and Magni's past worries to Azeroth and Magni's current worries. Both of them are in a state of disarray, and Magni doesn't really know what to do with himself right now, and that's really what happened when Moira was born, was he didn't really know what to do with himself. From there we see Moira grow up, beginning to resent her father, and Magni state that he used to understand her, but everything changed. This is another similarity between Moira and Azeroth, both changing in ways Magni couldn't understand. We then see that Magni has been forging Moira into a warrior, against her wishes, which has driven a wedge between the two, and that's why this divide kind of separated them. Moira went off to do her own thing. We then find out what happened to Magni's wife, which she was killed by frost trolls out in Dunmorrow, and from here we get another comparison to Moira and Azeroth, with Magni being the only one that can truly help either of the two. And then the comic ends with Magni telling Azeroth that he is right here, and that she has nothing to worry about. Again, there's not much to discuss in this comic. As Jaina's comic, there was a lot to discuss, but we do get a lot of insight into Magni. We now know what he's driven by. He is driven by passion and love instead of desperation and trying to help the world so everything doesn't die. To me personally, I still believe these visions that he's been receiving and these talks from Azeroth, Magni has been getting from Azeroth, isn't coming directly from the world soul, but from the creatures around it, the old gods. Now, I don't want to theorycraft a lot here, but an old god that is related to nightmares, dreams, and all that stuff, which we do see in this comic. We do see a lot of visions, you could say, or past memories. This old god, Yogg-Saron, you could say that he is influencing Magni to sort of fill the heart of Azeroth of Azerite, and that this Azerite isn't Azerite, but it's the blood of these old gods, and by doing that, it helps Azeroth, but it also helps the old gods, and by helping the old gods, Magni unexpectedly brings about the awakening and release of not just N'Zoth, but all old gods. I have a whole video on the topic of this, and I don't remember which one it is exactly, but it's somewhere on there. I believe it's the theory I had right as BfA came out, and I still hold to that theory. I still believe there is old god influence somewhere in this expansion, and I'm telling you, Magni has been corrupted, even if he doesn't even realize it. There's one more comic, I'm assuming that it's going to be related to the Horde, that I will definitely cover when it is released, but until then, I think that's all for now. Thanks for watching, everybody.